Oliver, what's your thoughts on investing in Europe right now? Are there opportunities to be had?
There's plenty of opportunities, I think. I mean, Europe is still a great market, and it's been somewhat stained, I'd say, by a lot of media coverage on speaking about the debt crisis, the euro crisis, that some guys dubbed it euro crisis. I don't think that there is a euro crisis. There is a debt crisis, of course, but the fundamental reasons of the crisis are probably the same in the US and in Europe. So there is great opportunities, and I mean the markets are almost rallying again. The problem is there's too few investors participating in these rallies.
Right, exactly. We've seen it. Italy, their stock market's up 8%. France is up something like 11%.
Yeah.
What does this all mean for the economies over there?
It is probably signaling that those investors that are in the stock markets do appreciate that the fact that this is kind of an inflation protection measure and that this kind of real investment, whereas all the problems with bond markets is, of course, that you're financing state debt or debts in pension systems or whatever. What
was your thought on Mario Draghi's plan in general to issue the new bond buying program? Do you think it's enough? Do you think they'll actually do it? It brought yields down.
It brought yields down, but it was definitely a paradigm shift in what we've seen in the market. So I'm rather worried about the political long-term implication that all these announcements have had. I mean, the first change in policy of the ECB, which was issued in December, that had a very positive effect. So the question is, are we buying some short-term positive effects by incurring problems in the long run?
Taking all of this into consideration, are there specific sectors that you think investors should be involved in Europe right now?
Well, there is certainly a lot of demand in sectors that are correlated or that have a direct relation to the real economy, which is infrastructure, which is environmental topics, and that is actually what investors are looking for. So I think these markets and these sectors, these segments of the markets, are well posed for the future.
What do you think about valuations over in Europe right now in general?
Well, the valuations, I mean, with rallying markets, the valuations are sort of coming back to their fundamentals. The gap is closing. We've seen very low valuations, too low probably. So that is sort of catching up, and I mean, still there is potential, I'd say, an upside potential.
This market has fewer players.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going to
enter in a new stage of tech.
It's a stock picker's market.
Welcome to the 5 dumbest things.
Apple reported earnings.